The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you could need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Becoming Universally Aligned. My name is Cindy, and I am your host tonight. We are going to be talking about the root chakra tonight and maybe do some energy work and get people grounded and get some clearing done. So if you would like to follow, you can follow R.I.F.T Nation Network on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitch. I think there's more, but I'm sorry, I don't have the list on me right now. But anyhow, click like and share and follow us on YouTube. So I'm going to just open the chat. So so tonight, and I forgot my tuning forks, so I'm very, very sorry because I wanted to add them in, but I'm going to give you frequencies of the tuning forks for you to use for that. And maybe one day we will do this again, and we can do some distance work if anyone wants to share in the chat what they're feeling, and then we can do some clearing with the tuning forks for that too. But I was, it was interesting because I had done a kind of a collective reading today, and then when I was watching Erin was on my very first show, December 1st, so you can find her on R.I.F.T Nation, December 1st, Becoming Universally Aligned. Her card reading was exactly the same as mine, different cards, but same message, right? So my thoughts are, for the beginning of these shows, I want to show you a little clip of what the Schumann reading was for the night prior. And it's very interesting because, we need to be aware of our own bodies and what is going on, and I feel like it's something to keep track of as well, to know what energy is coming from outside of us. A lot of us are, and I do believe that our mission is to be here at this time, to anchor in and put that energy and support Earth as well, is all for all of these changes that are happening as well too. So I am going to, so we have some people here joining us. So hi Denise, good to see you. Happy Monday. And Linda Nelson, hi Linda, thanks for watching. And Heidi, hi Heidi, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have as much snow as I do. I'm going to wish the snow on you guys as well. But today was a beautiful day. The sun was out, and first thing this morning, everything was just sparkling. It was beautiful. So there are good things about this weather, and we just need to get used to it, adjust, and embrace it, because really it's not going to be here for that much longer either. So yes, I agree. Yeah, we are here. I believe that we have chosen this time and to find our path, and to incorporate our energy with the planet and balance ourselves. So anyhow, I am going to try and share Erin's. So she was going to send me the graphs and that in an email every day, but I told her today I think I'm just going to do a share screen and play hers, because she explains it so well, of how it is reading on the chart. That, I mean, if you're not following her, you should be following her, or please follow her. So it's Consciously Erin, and she's on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all of those. We have none, almost 60, and beautiful blue skies. Yes, the skies were very beautiful today. Okay, so let me just try and I have it pulled up, and hopefully no ads come up with it, but I'm going to do the share screen and play this for you. And if you've already seen it, well, you can see the message again. It's really good. So
with today's Schumann Resonance Report for Monday, February the 2nd. All right, friends, so here is our graph. Now, I'm going to come back to this, but I want to talk about the thing that everybody's asking me about, and that's the heartbeat graph, because there's some interesting stuff going on there. Here is the heartbeat graph this morning. We still have this amplified signal, but now it's so amplified that it's blacking out the graph. This is not a timeline jump. This is the graph having problems recording the energy, because the energy is so high in its amplification that it's coming off the graph. Like, I have never ever seen this in all the time that I've been watching this chart, and I'm telling you, something is going on here. I also want to point out that we have had a total of 26 flares. 5 X-class flares and 16 M-class flares over the last 24 hours from one particular sunspot. That is a lot of sun flares coming off of the sun. That is insane, the amount of energy we're getting right now. And an X8 is nothing to bat your eyes at. As a matter of fact, the last time we had an X-class flare that strong was in May of 2024, just to give you some idea. Now, the thing with these solar flares is not all of them are producing CMEs. As a matter of fact, I think there was only a partial CME from this. Now, what makes me nervous about that is that solar flares and CMEs work together kind of like a pressure cooker. The solar flares are going off, explosions off the sun, and the CME is the ejection of the plasma, sort of ending that solar spot or letting all of the pressure out. If we've only had a partial release of this pressure, it makes me a little bit nervous because it's only intensifying. It's it's getting more and more and more. Then when you add on top of this the way the planets are moving, and at the end of the month we have this huge alignment of a ton of planets, from what I understand. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. There's an alignment of a ton of planets at the very end of February, I believe on the 28th. There's a ton of planets aligning. Our sun is picking up in energy. The planets are aligning. The activity on Earth itself is really increasing as far as the unrest, not just in the US, but everywhere in the world. Friends, we are building to something. We are definitely building to something. I do not know what we are building to, but I will tell you it makes me feel nervous. There's another sunspot that's rotating around to be Earth facing within the next few days, and it's even more active than this one that's given us all these solar flares in the last 24 hours. The Earth is being bombarded by this, okay? You as an individual, basically a walking sack of conductive material, are also being bombarded with all of this. Friends, I physically feel this in my body. I am having tons of heart palpitations. My brain feels weird and I don't know how to explain it. It's like a prolonged brain zap is all I can explain it as. Kind of like taking cold medicine. I feel very floaty in my head and all these sorts of things. It is very weird. Stuff is weird right now. Back to this graph. When we look at this graph, we've got some very interesting energy showing up here in association with all these flares. When we take a little bit closer look, we can see that about midnight, we started getting these two little lines of energy coming in. And then at about 3 o'clock, look at this very interesting looking energy here. It is unorganized. It is strange looking. It's a lot of green, but red in there as well. And green is us, friends. It is so unusual to get energy from the sun that comes in green in color. That's so rare. And then we have the white up here too. We've got new release and some kind of amplification for us as human beings in here. When I asked about this in meditation, clearly what came through to me was this is an amplification of us, of the individuals on the planet. We are receiving this energy so that we can welcome in what's coming next for us as a species, evolution, or whatever you want to call it. Friends, whatever that you've been feeling is coming. It is here. It is here and is unfolding. Am I scared? No, I'm not scared. I am nervous because I don't know what it's going to look like, and I definitely feel it coming. Things are building, friends. I don't know how else to tell you. For me, white energy is associated with big vibrational feelings, new energy coming in, new ideas. I always want to get up and start working when this energy is very active. Overnight, I was up a lot, and if you're like me, I haven't slept well in the last probably 5 days. This energy coming off the sun is really keeping me awake. I cannot sleep, and when I do sleep, it's for short 2-hour periods, and I have incredibly intense and realistic dreams, as if I'm dipping into other realities, other timelines. Something is going on. Friends, the veil is almost non-existent right now, at least for me and several people that I know. Whatever you're picking up on is real. You have to stop telling yourself that you're making it up just because someone else can't understand it. Here is our Italian graph this morning. It's looking very, very quiet. There are no grumbles on here even that I can point to. And then here is a picture of our beautiful sun. This is the sunspot that's giving us all that activity. This is the sunspot that's rotating around to see us. Here's where we're getting it from versus where's coming around to focus on us. Do you see why I'm feeling a little bit nervous? Here is our magnetosphere. It's nice and full. There is no reduction here that I can see, so that part's doing okay. I have had a couple people reach out to me and say, is an X8 class flare like a Carrington event? Friends, no. A Carrington event was something like an X65 flare. We didn't have this measurement system when it happened, but if you want to equate it, it was something like an X65. It was super, super high, so not the same as a Carrington event. But we have all this activity on our sun, friends, and it is coming around to face us. That's here. This is Earth facing, is right about here along this equator. This is sort of off center of Earth, and this is on the limb. It's coming around, though, friends. There's a lot of activity. As I was telling you, what the man with the white beard told me, I think it was yesterday or last night or whenever it was, is this is an amplification of Earth's own signal. She's turned the volume up. And what I heard this morning was call and answer, call and answer. The Earth called and the sun is answering, sending new information, new energy to the Earth itself and to her inhabitants to help us welcome in this new whatever it is that's coming. February 28th feels incredibly important to me. I keep having that date play over and over in my head, and when I looked it up this morning and saw that all these planets are aligning on that day, I'll Okay. I'm just saying, we got to keep an eye out for that, friends. And if you are feeling strange, please understand you are not alone. I feel very odd in my body. I'm very floaty. I feel in and out of this timeline, and I know that sounds strange, but it's happening. I don't even know what day it is half the time, and it's even worse now. If you are having heart palpitations, if you need medical care, please get medical care, but I will tell you, I am also feeling them. We are electrical beings by nature. Our hearts produce electricity, our brains produce electricity, and it makes logical sense that that is affected by large amounts of energy being sent to us by the sun, friends. How it affects you individually is individual. You are an individual frequency, and the way it's going to affect you is going to be individual to you and where you are in your journey. Please do not judge yourself by me or anyone else and where they are. I'm just here to make sure you don't feel like you're alone.
Okay, so yeah, and I went. Sorry, I'm just reading these the chat here. So I stopped it a little early, but basically, when she's saying I'm feeling nervous, so that is our nervous system, right? So we do need to ground when that happens. This is why I thought we should do the grounding. And as far as the full moon and all of that energy that has happened too, grounding and a release. Tonight I did a full chakra sound bath where we went through and released, did a meditation for each chakra, and it worked. It was very, very nice. People really liked that. So I'm going to just go through the chat here too. Yeah, so Erin, and as she was saying too at the very end, just because she's feeling that, so she had mentioned when I was doing the podcast with her is follow it yourself and journal yourself and see what you are feeling, and keep track too, because as these patterns repeat, then you will start to recognize and know and be aware, right? Okay, so hi Renee, thank you for joining. I feel like I'm riding a crazy train with no conductor. Yeah, I know, it feels really crazy right now. It's like, even though January felt like it was so long, like it just flipped, right? Like it just flipped, and all of a sudden now everything is going faster. That is what we need to do. We need to ground and keep our energetic body stable. So the root chakra is about stability. A lot of people think, it's about finances and security, like monetary, but I mean, that's just part of it, right? So the root chakra is the first chakra that is developed, and it starts to develop when we are in our mother's womb, right? So like it's, I think it is in the second trimester, and up to about 12 months. So a lot of times when people are, if you're having energy work done, and people keep saying it's your root chakra, your root chakra, and you could be doing the work. You could be doing grounding. You could be doing affirmations. You could be doing all of that, and so we do pick up. Because when we were in our mother's womb, we often pick up, sorry, I just saw something go past there. We are picking up that energy from our mother, things that we aren't even aware of. So inner child healing. There's a few meditations that I have done. And if you can, even if it's a non-guided meditation, if you just sit quietly and have your body tell yourself to go back a couple years, and then keep doing that and feel that. And then if you actually go back to the womb and just feel and offer forgiveness to yourself, your mother, to your ancestry, that really helps clear your chakra as well. Yeah, it's very good to do. So it's about the things, grounding is about the things that we eat too. If we're not eating well, we may not be feeling grounded. It's your nourishment. It can be your environment around you, a lot of those things too. And two, so it is associated with the color red, but I find too, if you kind of keep deepening that color of red, to make it a more earthy tone rather than a red one, sometimes that helps too. And if you can visualize your root chakra spinning, or you know, some people have even just put their hand over and just got the energy working there as well. That helps too. So there's a lot of different traumas that could have happened to us that we have cleared out of our consciousness, you know, for our safety's sake, for our survival's sake, that we need to dig into as well. But as far as using tones for healing, so the root chakra is the C, and I think I have my sound working better. I tested it. Ryan had helped me the one day, so we're going to try that for a little bit in a minute. And I was just wondering, like, how is everybody feeling with the energy that's going on right now? Is anyone feeling like they are floating? And I feel that too. The more energy that is coming in and it is integrating into our higher chakras, we need to ground and root ourselves as well. But some other things too. So if it's, I just wrote a few things down here too. So sometimes when we're having stomach disorders, you know, that can be that our root chakra is not balanced. Certain parts of our body, like the bones, our teeth, that's associated with our root chakra. And issues with your groin, your knees, you know, certain pains there too. So that is also associated with I won't say blocked, but disharmony in your root chakra too. So at reconnecting with your body too, you know, a lot of soul massage, things like that. Get yourself moving too. Physical energy is going to help you to balance your root chakra as well. I got some, so yeah. Linda's, yes, floaty is a good word for it, yeah. Yeah, and so sleepy at the wrong times, I feel. Yeah, and I think, so, and I'm finding such a connection with the third eye and the root right now. So working both of them, right? Using the tones, and actually I can do that tonight too. So I can mix those two tones together, and maybe you'll get some relief there. Knees and nerve pain. Yes, so the nerve pain, so I think that's a lot of, like, because when your nervous system is out of whack, right? So we're going to get some nerve pain there. And Keith is on here. Thank you for joining. So Keith is going to be on with me next week, and we're going to talk about spirit guides. Yeah, I'm finding a lot of people are finding that they are feeling like they're not as connected anymore, and that's a big thing, right? Like. That can throw us off whack too when we're second guessing ourselves. But I'm finding it's like our guides are maybe, because we are in this process of changing our vibration, that our guides are changing, right? So we're going to talk a bit about that. I don't know how it's going to go exactly, but we're going to just wing it. So energy has changed for the better. Yes, for sure. For sure. So I'm just going to maybe try and turn this a little bit, or maybe you can just see it here. So I am going to leave the lights on. Last time I turned the lights off, but I'm going to just try and sit here. I'm going to turn this to stereo, and we'll try and get these bowls going. So we're going to do the root. So this is C. This is a C2, I believe. And we can join it with the heart chakra, which is F. This is an F4 heart bowl. So I like to combine the two. We can just start out with the root chakra first. So if you want to get yourself comfortable. So when I was, when we were working on, I did quite a lengthy kind of meditation or affirmations for release when we were doing each bowl. So for the root chakra, it's your safety, stability, grounding, and survival. So as we do this, I'm not sure if my voice will cut out when I'm doing the bowls, but think about forgiving yourselves and forgiving others for being put in an unsafe situation, and forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to be in that unsafe situation, and saying today, I am safe, I am grounded, I'm secure, and I release all fear. So let's just try and do this here. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back a little bit. Okay, so there was, I saw that when you said Freya, it just came running into the room. I thought maybe that is an archangel or something but then I realized it is your Chow Chow. That's so cute. My dog snores. She lies down and she snores when I play it. Hi Ryan, thank you for helping me the other night. Now this Keith is saying there's a little interference, and it could just be the vibration from the bowl. So I'm really going to have to work on it. I don't want to annoy anyone by continuing to play if it's just especially if there's an echo or anything like that. I was trying to put a headset on to see how it works, but let me know if you want me to continue, and I will continue, but I will, okay, it's very calming. So it was working then, Heidi? Because I can do a little bit more. That was kind of short, considering what we need. We probably need a good probably 10-15 minutes of it to actually anchor that into your body. A lot of people will feel it in the body for a certain tone, but if not, it's coming. The sound is coming into your field. I know it is a lot better to be in person with it. But if we set the intention to receive it in our root chakra, then we will. Oh, good. Okay, good. That's awesome. Okay, so I will try and do that again. I love it, and my cat too. Oh, that's nice. Cats are little healers, aren't they? And that's so, especially when they're sitting on your lap, they're healing either your sacral or your root for sure. So cute. Don't feel it was you, like something didn't want it getting to us. Oh. Okay. Good, thank you. I will do some more again, but so yeah, just some affirmations. What does everybody do for grounding when they are feeling that anxiousness? Like, does anyone have anything that they want to share that is their go-to, right? Like, certain people will say like a root vegetable, eating vegetables is very grounding. But honestly, protein. So, I mean, protein is very helpful for your root chakra. So also I wanted to say, if you are using tuning forks or if you're listening to hertz, the root frequency that you should be listening to is 396, and then even deeper, if you want to anchor, set the intention that you are anchoring your root to the earth star chakra, and even when you are anchoring in, focus on the core of the earth too. I know everybody's probably heard that before, but just maybe someone hasn't yet. So the deeper tones, really enjoyed the deeper tones. Yes, and so the deeper ones are the more grounding ones. And I think I had said that the other day too, that so it goes your root is C, sacral B, solar plex, oh my gosh, did I just get messed up already? C, D, E, heart is F, G, A, and B. And then, but the crown is 963. And if you use a higher tone of C, then that works for the crown as well. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is late, isn't it? Yeah, oh, the deeper tones. So yeah, when the cats purr, that's the vibration that they are doing. They're just little healers. Okay, amethyst. Oh, amethyst. That's a good one too. Amethyst brings a lot of clarity as well. So amethyst can be used for many chakras. I love amethyst. And Linda, I generally sit with my feet on the ground, usually sitting, release any heaviness to the earth, and then breathe deep a few times. Yes, that's great. Yeah. And releasing out, so home for the root as well, right? So just like the hum sound from your voice can be very grounding. Yes. So it's interesting, Keith, because 396 for the root, and then so the crown is 963, and oh, let me see. I think it is the throat that I use 639. So those three are all golden ratio. It's very interesting. I mean, so, and that frequency too, that's what you're looking for, but I mean, it ranges. So those tuning forks aren't always that exact frequency, because on the strike it is a higher tone, and then as the vibration goes, so the actual hertz is changing, right? Okay, so I'm going to try this again, and I'll maybe just keep an eye on the vibration that's happening here. Yeah. So I was thinking too about before we start to do grounding too, what I like to do, and this is just my opinion too, but I like to connect in and ask my higher self to come in and assist me in the grounding and what I am trying to do. That was a part of my collective reading that I had today was in the cards. It came out that what we are doing is about creativity and joy, and to share it, and we're not meant to do anything alone, right? We're supposed to do things collectively. So that was just one thing that I wanted to actually share tonight as well. So one other thing I was thinking of too is about, and I know it's very hard as we're going through all of this energy and all the changes that we're having, but setting boundaries, and sometimes our root chakra can be set off just by not having proper boundaries, right? So a lot of the times too, like when I find to just and I mean, you don't even have to be attuned for Reiki, but just having your hands on your knees helps a lot too, and or on your ankles. So if you are sitting, to have your hands on your knees and putting that energy in there too. Anything that we can do to help us right now with the grounding is so beneficial. So yeah. So I'm just wondering, boundaries. Boundaries are huge right now. I mean, because if we're feeling things too, and we have to work, we have to, support ourselves, but all of these extra things too that people might want us to do, or we need to set these boundaries too and take care of ourselves first, right? So I actually, you know what I might do? I'm just going to go through a list of the certain things that are associated with issues with the root chakra that we might not even be aware of, right? So it's going through and doing that work, whether it's through meditation, if it's like therapy, anything like that. But certain traumas, so you could have even had a trauma in your delivery when you were being born. You might not even know about that. So that's something maybe that you weren't aware of, and it's out of your consciousness. So abandonment, physical neglect. I mean, these are negative things and things that you may not be aware of, right? So I've just kind of have this written down. Poor physical bonding with the mother, and you may have been small and not even been aware of it, right? And you're still having an issue now. Other things. So you could have had a major illness or a surgery, at any time, and that throws off your root chakra as well too. Physical abuse or violent environment, and inherited traumas from your parents or past life as well, right? So I'm going to list these two, the healing practices for balancing your root chakra, other than sound and things like that, is reconnect with your body, physical activity, aerobics. So it can be weights, running. So lots of touch. So tapping helps your nervous system. Actually, I feel like we talked about this with Sandy Moses when he was on my show. Massage, hatha yoga, and going back to the earliest childhood relationship with your mother. So that was kind of, if anyone wants to, I think I have still, it's not on my website, but I can, if you send me an email, I think my email's on here, I have a guided meditation for that, to go back to being in the womb, if you'd like something like that. And just reclaiming your right to be here. So like just, I mean, you can light a candle, you can sit, you can just focus, and whether you're doing it intentionally or with intention or out loud, you can just say, I unbound myself, and I have the right to be here. Saying that it's safe for me to be here, and the universe supports my needs. And just loving your body and trusting its wisdom. And abundance too. Just say, I am immersed in abundance. So if you want to get into feeling in lack, to get away from that, just saying that you are immersed in abundance too. So, oh, hi Lois, thank you for joining. I missed something here. Some of our moms might not even be aware if we went through trauma at birth. I know the doctor put my mom in twilight sleep before your birth. Yeah, I know. And it's those are all events that get stuck in our energy field. Like what we're coming across, like our energy field is so expansive and holds so much information, right? And just sometimes maybe we don't even have to know about what it is, but just trying to release these things, right? It's quite amazing, really. Tapping the lymph nodes, okay. Come up. Unbind ourselves from what no longer serves our higher purpose in life, yes. And a lot of the times too, I feel like we're not wanting to erase events. We want to just harmonize it, right? We want to soften it so that it isn't interfering with other things, right? Like, because all of these events make us us, and it was something that was to happen in our lifetime, right? So just softening that so that our body is in harmony with it, and entering into that acceptance of it. We got to forgive our parents and ancestors, yes. They didn't have the healing tools and information that we do now. That's for sure. Yeah. Yes, and that's it really it takes us our whole life to to do all these things, right? Like this is such a process that we have that we're going through, and maybe if that was just something that we could anchor ourselves and like tell ourselves that that we have this lifetime and to go through all of these healing processes that we need to. And you know, sometimes I feel like I've said this before, but and when people talk about a loved one when they have passed away, or someone who has had a near-death experience, that they are doing the review and they're being shown things. And I feel like right now it feels like the universe is asking us, let's do the work. We need to do the work now. We need to come in harmony now. Let's not wait till later. And it's just my opinion, but this is kind of how it's feeling for us right now. Yes, remember the lesson, but release the events of the lesson. Yes, yes. Everybody does the best they can with what they have and what they know. Yes, if you don't know, you don't know, right? Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like too, deepening into meditations and that quiet, that silence, we can start to learn more, right? We can start to learn more on our own about ourselves and we'll say past lives. You know, the deeper that we get into that silence, too, is definitely going to help. Yeah, it is a slow process. We can't do it quickly. I mean, it comes in layers. You think you get through things, and yeah, and then oh, here it comes. Here's something else. We didn't go deep enough yet. So yeah, we do. We have to give ourselves patience, and that is and that's our root chakra too, right? Like giving us that patience too. Heidi, love your hearts. Yes, exactly. Don't forget to forgive yourself. Yes. Yeah. And that's hard, right? Because we always think that the forgiveness is, we have to, I don't know what is harder, honestly. Sometimes people struggle with forgiving someone, just trying to release that. But I think it's even harder. We are always harder on ourselves. And I think too, we have to remember and that we have a part. We are. It's all about us, right? It really is. Oh, that, yes. Shadow work is so many layers, right? And I guess that's why they call it the shedding, right? Got to shed that. Yeah. So we are coming up to the end of the hour, so I really appreciate everybody watching tonight. And so next week is going to be Keith, and we're going to talk about spirit guides. We'll maybe get into I don't know, Keith, maybe we should do a meditation to have people connect with their guides that night. That would be super cool. But we can for sure, you know, maybe just let people know that if you aren't feeling connected to what you know as your guide, remember that things are really shifting, right? Things are really shifting right now. So, yeah, I'm going to get through these comments. Oh, thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to venture over. I think you're only like half an hour away from me. We need to get together sometime in real life and go to the crystal shop in Woodstock together. Maybe that would be nice. I've told my kids to forgive, not necessarily for them, but give peace within themselves. Yes, within themselves for sure. Yeah, and we forgive for us, not for them. True. You're welcome. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Keith. Yes. So, maybe we'll try that. We'll figure it out. We got a week. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, guys. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. See you soon.